Welcome to the final extra time video for FM20. Yes, this will be the final one, guys. This will probably be the final video on FM20, come to think of it, like, you know what I mean, as we move into FM21. I was going to do a final season, wasn't I? Not to be. But anyway, I'll tell you a bit more about it in the video. Here we go. Hello guys, and welcome to the Chasing Pack here with Liverpool. And so, like I say, it's going to be probably the final one. I was, like I said, I was thinking of doing a final season with, like, you know, sort of making it like kind of a Galacticos kind of season, trying to buy all the best, like, top players, like, and stuff like that. But FM21 is literally around the corner. The beta's out. I've got the beta. I've already got, you know, I've had a look at it and stuff like that. And what I think I'll do is, like I say, the full game release is on the 24th, so we've literally not got that long to wait. So what I think I'll do for next week and stuff is give you guys a look at the beta, get a feel for it and stuff like that. And yeah, we'll see, you know, what sort of team we're gonna take from, like, you know, the lower leagues and stuff. If you've got any suggestions, like, get them down in the comments and stuff. Yeah, that's the plan. We'll see what we do. Well, I mean, I say that, but I'm sort of like in sort of the middle of, like, you know, do I take aside from, like, non-league all the way, you know what I mean? Or another option is to find a club that back in their history they were winning things like European Cups and stuff like that, or any of the major trophies, you know what I mean, like the league or an FA Cup or anything like that, but now they are, like, you know, way down, like, you know, something like a Coventry, like, or a Portsmouth, or, you know what I mean, like teams that like, you know, just sort of fell away, you know, and maybe try and get them back to some kind of, like, you know, glory time again, you know what I mean. That's an option, but I'd like to, like, hear, like, you know, what you guys suggest down in the comments. Right, well, extra time, not going to be going into much detail because it doesn't really matter, because obviously we're not continuing, are we? So I just wanted to just do, like, how everyone sort of, like, finished, give you an idea, just to, like, you know, put a nice, like, you know, seal on the end of what has been, I think, a really good game, really. FM20, I think, has been really good. I've enjoyed it a lot. There's been, obviously, there's issues with it. I mean, like, every game's going to always have issues. You'll never have the perfect game, will you? But this is how it all ended, trophy-wise. As you can see, yes, we won the Premier League just over us and Arsenal. This was the us versus Arsenal sort of like season, wasn't it? Like, you know what I mean, because we came up against them in the FA Cup. They beat us on penalties. Very controversial in that one, like, you know what I mean. But we beat them in the Champions League final, so we kind of got, like, some good revenge there. We didn't play them in the Carabao Cup. No, that was Chelsea. So Chelsea ended up beating us in the Carabao Cup there, like, you know what I mean. We did win the Charity Shield. We did win the Super Cup. As you can see, if we were continuing, we have got ourselves into the FIFA Club World Cup, which is now a different format completely. They've really made this, like, a different format completely to how we'd expect it, with, like, little groups, and making it more like a World Cup but for club sides, like. So that would have been interesting to have, like, maybe get into, but that's something we can maybe, like, look and explore in FM21. As you can see here, look at Antoine Godard. What a player he ended up turning out to be, like, you know what I mean. Like, you know, he became, like, our top goal scorer in the Champions League, along with being our top goal scorer in the FA Cup as well. So fair play to him. He had a fantastic season, didn't he? And we'll need to try and find ourselves another Godard in the next, like, you know, iteration of this, like, you know, particular game. But anyway, like, you know, like, you know, pretty much how the Premier League, like, ended. They're the teams that went down: Bristol City, Derby, West Brom. They all went down. Let's have a look around Europe and you know, the major leagues and stuff, and see how that all ended, shall we? So first up is Spain, and it's Real Madrid. Yes, absolutely dominating by the looks of things. Like, you know, only 2 defeats. Really good performance from Real Madrid in that season. Jurgen Klopp he's had a bit of a bad season, realistically. Yeah, didn't like, you know, sort of like hit the expectations that were required of him, as Barcelona came in second spot. Atletico and then Villarreal back in the Champions League there, getting in that 4th spot for them. Right, let's move on. Here we have the Bundesliga, and it is Bayern, but only by a point. And look how close the Bundesliga was. I mean, it's only a point between all these sort of top. That is just mad. All the way down to 6th spot. That it was just literally separated pretty much by a point. There was a little bit of a 2-point there, but look at that: 65, 66, 67, 68, and then yes, 69. Woohoo! Yeah, what a number to finish on. But there we go. Yeah, 69 there. Yeah, for any younger viewers out there, they'd probably just ask your mum what 69 is, and yeah, that'd be an interesting conversation for you. But there we are. As for Italy, it's Milan that are back on top there, just as well, again, beating Lazio by a point to take the Serie A title. Juventus down in 4th spot there, like, you know, not as, like, sort of like, you know, a dominant force now in Italy, are they? As for France, well, yeah, we know it's going to be, didn't we? Like, it's PSG, yeah. I don't know when it's not going to be PSG. I really don't. I think that league is completely and utterly been destroyed by... In some ways, I think the French league will be quite happy if, like, in real life, this European Super League thing comes and PSG get entered into it, because then at least, like, the French league gets back to some kind of normality. Because right now, it's just... You're just fighting for 2nd spot, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? You might as well forget first. It's always going to be PSG at the end of the day. But, yeah, that's who's won it in France. And then I'm just going to throw in Portugal as well. A very another close one by just a point. Porto beating Benfica by a point there. And I'm sure it's Pochettino. Yeah, Pochettino's in charge at Porto. So that's where he's ended up. So I just want to go through like the squad, the players, stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Just giving my like sort of like thoughts on like, you know, some of the players. Alisson, I think, yeah, fantastic goalkeeper. He was pretty much solid. Yeah, a few little wobbles here and there, but fairly like solid. Trent, yeah, I don't think he had that bad, you know, time with me being in charge. Gomez, I think, was outstanding. Lowen, I think, was a really good purchase. I thought at the end of the day, I thought we, like, you know, we found him, or should I say, one of our scouts found him, and he ended up being like a really good sort of like, you know, part of that sort of 4 rotation of our, like, you know, our centre backs and stuff. Andy Robertson, yeah, really good for him. Unfortunately, was sort of plagued a little bit by injuries and stuff like that. This guy here, Montoya Hernandez, what a find he was. It would have been nice, like, obviously, if we'd have found him a bit sooner and stuff. But again, you know, that's what's great about you know, this sort of like, you know, game is you find all these, like, you know, young players that come through that are generated by the game, and they end up being like, you know, worldies and stuff at 18 years of age. He ended up being like a really good player for us. Ruben Neves, what a season he ended up having. Really good for us. Really came strong there. Bit disappointed with this guy, yeah, Kylian Mbappe. Yeah, he does get the goals and stuff, but I just expected him to, I don't know, there's just something about the way he is in the game. I don't know what it is, but he didn't like make, he was like not really much of a team player, was he? Like, you know what I mean? He was just not. I wasn't overly impressed with him at the end of the day. Almada, Thiago, again, suffered from a lot of injuries and stuff, but he ended up being like, you know, a decent sort of like player that we sort of like found. I don't know if he did I sign him or was he already here? Hold on, let me see. Did I bring him in? I think I did. Did I? No, maybe not. No, it looks like no. I didn't. I started 22, didn't I? So no, I can't take the credit for that. That was Mr. Klopp that brought him in. Mariba, yeah, really good. This player again. Scouts doing fantastically well, and yeah, he ended up being like, you know, really good for us. And then we know all about Antoine Godard. I should have played him more. I should have not stuck with Lautaro Martinez. I should have just gone with Godard from the start of the season, and I think Lautaro, even though he won the Ballon d'Or last season under me, or was it the season before? I can't remember. He just had a crappy season, didn't he? But we'll get to him in a bit. I brought this guy in just because Nick Pope went. not a lot to say about him really. Didn't get that much game time and stuff like that, but did alright. Did okay, nothing major about him. Nico Williams, good backup. I think he did alright. This guy, Elias Mendes, I thought was a really good backup and a really good find. Another one that the scouts did well, and we only brought him in for about 4 million as well, sort of thing. So he was really good. Luis Felipe, solid, really solid. Not a lot I can be negative about him. I think he did the job that it was required. I thought he had a great partnership with Joe Gomez, and he tried to stay fit as possible. I think he didn't get that many injuries. I think he was a solid player, didn't moan or anything like that, and did a really good job for us. Declan Rice, he's one of those players that I just he's good, but he needed to be outstanding, if that made sense, because he was just a good backup player. Do you know what I mean? Jordan, again, he's 34 now. Like, you know what I mean? Just had a bit of more of a quieter season at the end of the day. Curtis Jones, yeah, did okay. Would have liked to have seen him maybe really try and nail down that left-hand side position, but it wasn't to be. Whereas Thomas Lemar, I think, had probably his best season under me. I thought he had a really, really good season, to be honest. Again, few injuries here and there, like sort of like, you know, affected his season. Asensio started off really well, but then sort of like, yeah, I think injuries again inflicted him, and he just couldn't like get that form back again. Anthony, another one with injuries and stuff, but a solid enough player as a deputy for Mbappe on that right hand side. And then yeah, Lautaro Martinez, disappointed. Really, really disappointed. I think he's probably, out of all the players, the most disappointed I am regarding like how he performed this season. Just didn't do what he's supposed to do. Like, you know what I mean? He got in front of the goal and just always hit it straight at the goalkeeper, didn't he? Bobby Firmino, again, a bit like Jordan Henderson in his latter years now, like 33. Was nice to bring him in, and he did a fairly good job when he was required. Like, you know what I mean? Reece Wood's out on loan. We got Yor Appiah, who was just like a young goalkeeper that I was going to try and, like, you know, get pushed forward if we'd have maybe done a few more seasons and stuff. Tom Bash out on loan as well. Martin Boy, I thought he did alright, because we had a few injuries, didn't we? Like on that right hand side, like right sort of like in a right back, right wing back type of thing. And I thought when he came in, I thought he was pretty good. Bentancur, again, I think he was a bit like Lautaro Martinez. I think I would have probably, if it was going to do another season, would have like got shot of him, especially with the fact that we've signed De Jong. I think Bentancur would have left. And then Harvey Elliott to round off the squad was okay. Didn't get that much game time. He didn't really, again, grab his opportunity when required and stuff like that. But there we go. I'm trying to think of anything else that's worth really going over. Not a lot really, because like I say, like, you know, we're not continuing anything like that. It'd be nice to like hear your comments down in below regarding like which players you thought. But then your top 3 players and the reason why, you know, something like that. Like, you know, what sort of players stood out for you, and that'd be like, you know, great for me to read and comment about, like, you know what I mean. But like I say, yeah, there's no, you know, if we'd have continued, then I would have like gone into a bit more detail and stuff. But yeah, we'll keep it like, you know, a short video this time. Well, it probably has gone on a little bit long anyway, because I can wrap it for a while, can't I? But anyway, guys, you take it easy, and I hope you join me next week when you get to have a look at FM21. There's not major changes to it, but there's some nice changes to it, let's put it that way, and especially the engine. The match engine, not necessarily maybe the way that the players play, but the movement and the graphical design of like the way that they move is a much better, and you'll understand what I mean when you get to have a look at it, unless you've already seen it yourselves. But anyway, take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there. Glad that you joined me once again, and I'll catch you on the next one. This is Dave from Mumongu Gaming, signing off. Cheers.